We live on a unique planet, one that supports life. Much of this life struggles with the possibility of extinction, but with attention and care, these problems can be overcome. And it all starts here.
The mission of our facility is to provide awareness and cultural enrichment through education and recreation.
We have an entire department dedicated to educating all ages.
And so we'll have events like Kids Jubilee, which is a fundraiser. It's an event focused on children.
Outreach, where they have the Zoo Mobile, which goes out to schools.
We just had a zoo run. Our Halloween event, Boo at the Zoo, is another one. We had Wildlife Wonderland.
We do different enrichment demonstrations throughout the zoo that day and tell people about enrichment and about the species. Some of the things that we do with our animals is paint. A lot of the animals like to paint, and they have a lot of fun with that. We sell the paintings.
And so a lot of those funds are set aside to either go towards enrichment of the animals here, or we can actually use those in order for part of our travel budget in order to go to these different countries. The problem we look at is really saving endangered species. And that takes on quite a few different roles, actually. You always hear about inner city kids who don't know what a deer is. They ask what that is. I've experienced that in West Texas, where a group of kids from Lubbock came down to a zoo I was working at. They didn't know what an alligator was. And so we're missing something. And as you look at science scores around our country compared to other places in the world, we're really lagging. I mean, we're way behind the curveball here. And so if we can do something to spark that, if it's nature, if it's not, if it's just science itself, I think we're moving in the right direction.
And it's a big pyramid. I mean, you take out pieces and we're on top. Eventually the human race is not going to do very well. But unless you connect to a cause, you're not going to care about it.
So we have different conservation days. One is the Amphibian Conservation Day, where we get keeper talks about the amphibians themselves, but then also have activities that the little kids can participate in, where they can see how far they can leap and correlate that to a frog, so add some science to it. I mean, there's a conservation day for just about everything. So there's rhino and elephant, and there's orangutan conservation day and bird conservation day. But that, it makes science fun to learn that way. If they're looking for something for kids to do, they can find it here at the zoo pretty easily. But then just the general thing we do, keepers walking around and talking with kids, and we have job shadows for some older children, and we have some a zoo teen volunteer group called Zoo Crew, and they're very active. They do everything from help us take care of animals to actually help teach some of the children. So there's a whole slew of things that are targeted for each of the various age range.
Seeing a picture of an animal in a book and reading, oh, this animal's threatened or endangered, you go, oh, well, that's a bad thing. But if you can get face-to-face with one of our orangutans, people get a connection with that animal, and then they want to save that animal.
That's what we're here for. We're here to try to make that magic kind of happen.